Shocking unsolved crime number 20 is the abduction and murder of Adam Walsh.
The disappearance of that little boy, just 6 years old at the time, struck the American heart like no other, and the issue of missing children has never been the same.
On July 27, 1981, Reve Walsh took her 6-year-old son Adam to the Hollywood, Florida mall. She needed a lamp.
Adam asked her if he could watch 2 sets of boys play video games. Video games were brand new. There was a model video game there, just like kids do now, to look at the newest games. We called him the little gentleman. He asked his mom, "Can I stay here and watch these boys?"
It was the last time his mother saw him alive. When Reve returned to the toy department, Adam was nowhere to be found.
No one helped Reve look for Adam. They told her to go to customer service. Reve started the search, the most painful 2 weeks that you can ever imagine, looking for that little boy. She called the police immediately. Took him forever to respond. I came from my office. I knew something was terribly wrong, and it all spiraled down into hell from there.
Within hours, 50 police officers and 100 volunteers were scouring every square inch of Hollywood, Florida, in cars, boats, and helicopters. But Adam had vanished, kidnapped in plain sight.
We just appreciate anything that anyone could give us any information on.
He should be here with us.
Adam Walsh's case brought home that your child, the thing you love the most, can be taken in a flash even at the local mall.
Posters were plastered across South Florida. The boys' distraught parents, John and Reve Walsh, offered a $100,000 reward for Adam's return.
I started to get that gut feeling that they were overwhelmed. We designed the first missing child poster with a profile and a front picture and a name and a weight. We just were desperate to get the word out about Adam, because after the first couple days, he wasn't even a big story anymore.
2 weeks later, on August 11th, John and Reve begged for their son's life on national television.
That was the worst day of our lives. That was the day after Good Morning America that they called us up and told us that the remains of a little boy had been found in a canal, and those remains were Adam.
2 fishermen discovered Adam's severed head.
I don't know who would do this to a 6-year-old child. I can't conceive of it.
But police were unable to find any clues pointing to Adam's killer. Over the years, countless suspects emerged, yet few proved credible. Even serial killer Jeffrey Dahmer was interviewed about the case in 1991.
There was another suspect.
John Walsh was certain his son's killer was a convicted mass murderer named Otis Toole, who died in prison in 1996.
I believe, and so do I think the vast majority of people who've really looked into Adam's case, that Otis Toole got away with Adam's murder. Hopefully there is justice in the next life, and he'll burn in hell for eternity for killing that little boy.
After Adam's death, John Walsh's life mission became clear. He quit his job as a hotel executive and tirelessly lobbied Congress for the formation of the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. The agency was established in 1982.
The National Center was born with 2 primary missions. One was to reunite families, to bring missing children home, and to keep children safe from sexual exploitation and victimization.
But John Walsh was far from done. In 1988, he began hosting America's Most Wanted.
He has been an icon in the crime and justice field for many, many years.
To date, Walsh has helped bring nearly 1,000 fugitives to justice.
It's now been more than a quarter century since his little boy was abducted and brutally murdered. And he's never lost any of that intensity.
On the 25th anniversary of Adam's abduction, President George W. Bush signed the Adam Walsh Child Protection and Safety Act into law.
This law makes an important step forward in this country's efforts to protect those who cannot protect themselves.
The Adam Walsh Act makes the failure to be compliant with the sex offender registry obligation a federal felony.
It's a great piece of legislation. We had the honor of having President Bush sign it on July 27th, the 25th anniversary of Adam's disappearance.
There was bigger news ahead. In December 2008, Hollywood, Florida police identified Adam Walsh's killer. Cops said circumstantial evidence finally proved overwhelming.
It is our determination and conclusion
that Otis Toole was the abductor and murderer of Adam Walsh.
Although Adam's body has never been found, the case is now closed.
The not knowing has been a torture, but that